It's another opportunity to be gathered together in this place, in your name, among your people. Father, we thank you now for bringing us to this appointed place at this appointed time. Thank you, Father God, for this beautiful program, this beautiful church. We ask your blessings upon this church and program. And even right now, Master, as we pause for a moment to look at your word, we ask that you would speak to our heart. Grant us now, Master, the power of the Holy Spirit, that we might be able to understand these things of the Spirit. Father, we ask that you would speak to our heart. God will be mindful to give you all the praise and to give you all of the glory. For it's in your darling Son, Jesus' name, that we do pray, and that the church say amen. Amen. The 8th chapter, Gospel according to Luke. And as you turn there to the master's ceremony, to this awesome pastor of this church, Pastor Sutton, to all of the officers of this church and visiting officers and members and friends, and to our missionaries that are here with us today, to this New Poplar Strange Church family. We're thankful to see you here with us today. I want to, just for a few moments, think about your theme today, which is taken from Luke chapter 10, verse number 2. Therefore, he said unto them, the harvest truly is great, plenteous, but the laborers are few. Amen. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into the harvest. Yes, sir. Willing workers. I want to look at that theme for a few moments today from the 8th chapter, the Gospel according to Luke. And I want to look at the first 3 verses in that 8th chapter. There the text says, and it came to pass afterward that he went throughout every city and village, preaching and showing the glad tidings of the kingdom of God, and the 12 were with him. Amen. And verse 2, and certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils. Now, the text concludes with verse number 3, and Joanna, the wife of Chuza, Herod's steward, and Susanna, and many others which ministered unto him of their substance. Amen. Thank you for honoring the word of God. Amen. Luke chapter 8, verse 1 through 3. I want to take those 2 W's that you have from willing workers. And for just a few moments this evening, I want to deal with this thought: women who worship. Amen. Amen. I see you, Doc. Women who worship. Women who worship. As we consider this text for a moment today, the 8th chapter, Gospel according to Luke, details for us the ministry of Jesus. And in this particular text, his ministry is very active.
That's right, that's right.
The text begins by saying he is traveling to every city and village.
Yes.
The text says that he is preaching the kingdom of God.
Yes.
Not only is he traveling from city and village to village and preaching the kingdom of God, the text also says that he is showing forth the great miracles of the kingdom of heaven.
That's it. Yes, Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here it is in our text today as Jesus is going about doing his Father's business.
Yes, sir.
The text says that the 12 disciples are with him.
Yes, sir.
But if we look at this text close enough today, not only were the 12 with him, but the text says that there were many women who were a part of this work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The text says that there are many women who are a part of this work. And I would like to just tag these women as women who worship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Women who worship.
Yeah, that's right.
Someone may ask, why would you call these women who worship? Well, if we think about the word worship today,
Preacher.
the word worship means a human response to God's divine action
Yes, sir.
based upon God revealing himself to a person.
Preacher. Preacher.
It is God showing his purpose, his will, as well as his love. Because we have seen God's purpose, will, and his love, we respond in worship.
That's right. That's right.
Worship
That's right.
is giving honor and reverence to God for who he is.
Yes, sir.
And if you really understand who God is, it will lead you into worship.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
these women today, I describe them as women who worship. The reason I say that they are women who worship is because of what Jesus did for these women.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
of the
sir.
impact that Jesus had on their lives, it led them in worship.
Yes, sir. That's good.
Now, I want to
Yes, sir.
interject here just for a moment today because worship ought to be a way of life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Worship ought not to be something you just do on Sunday.
Oh, that's good, Doc.
Or something you just do on Wednesday. But you ought to be worshiping on Monday and Tuesday,
Yes, sir.
Wednesday and Thursday. And Friday, you still ought to be worshiping.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Worship ought to be a lifestyle.
Yes, sir. Man, talk,
Meaning that it's not something you turn on and turn off.
Yeah, talk, man. Good.
But the Christian entire life should be seen and viewed in the eyes of worshiping God.
Yes,
What do we say about that? We say that that is our reasonable service.
yes, that's it.
It's Paul that tells us, present yourself
Yeah.
as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, that is our reasonable service. Well, when we start thinking about service, there it is, the connection between ministry and service. Meaning that as long as you are ministering and worshiping God, it ought to affect your work.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all praying with me today? Meaning that if you are really worshiping, then you ought to be serving God. But I better interject again because there are a lot of folks that are working in church, but their work is not worship. They're doing a lot,
Yes, sir.
but they're just working. But they do not see their lives as worship to God. That's why you got a lot of folk in church that do a whole lot of things. But that does not mean they're doing it for the glory of God. Sometimes your work ought to be affected by your worship. So if I see my life as a ministry to God, can I tell you something? As long as you're worshiping God, you can't help but it to affect your work. I want to tell you, when you get around some real folk that really worship God, it really affects what they do. They see everything they do as a ministry and service to God. It don't matter if they're ushering at the door, counting money, or serving food, as long as they're doing it for God, Therefore, our ministry to God is our worship.
Yeah. Yes.
That ought to be seen in the way that we give God our service.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, as you look at this text today, that these women's lives were impacted by what God had done for them.
Yes. Yes.
And it was obviously seen in what they did for the Lord.
Yeah,
well, let me point out three things for us today about these women and how they worship that may help us today. Number one, in these women worshiping of God, number one, they worship after they have been changed.
Yes, sir.
Look at verse number 2 through 3. There are three women are listed. They're listed by name, and then there's a subgroup of many women. But all of these women have been changed by Jesus. Yes, the text says Mary Magdalene, who was from Dadeville in Galilee, she had 7 demons that were cast out of her. Joanna was married to Herod's steward, and yet she was among unbelievers. The text says she still followed Jesus. Then the text says that many women like Susanna and many others had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities or sicknesses in their bodies. So in order for a person to really worship Jesus, you first must be changed by Jesus. That's why I have a problem with the church sometimes, because someone can come in and do a whole lot of work, but that does not mean they have been changed. And sometimes before the prerequisite of doing a whole lot of work, you first need to be changed by the Master. The Master first of all change your mind, change your heart, then you're ready for worship. A lot of folk come into the church though. Oh, they're active. What we say in the church, we always got something for you to do. Every now and then, we need to check and make sure that you done met the Master. Now, can I tell you something? If you ain't met the Master and you start doing work in the church, you're going to make a mess. Or you're going to say the wrong thing. You're going to do the wrong thing. You're going to push somebody's button. Because it's not done your way, it's going to be a problem. But listen, when God has changed, listen, it affects what you say. It changes how you think. It changes how you walk and how you act, because your life is worship. Worship to God. That's why it's real when you come to worship. Some folks may be faking the funk, but when it comes to you, it's real. Because you know what God has done for you. You can look back over your life and see how far God has brought you. You can see the mountains He brought you over, the valleys He brought you through, the hurdles He let you get over. And because He's been so good to you, you can't help
but to worship, God. But to worship.
These sisters have been changed by God. Yes, whatever problem they had when they met Jesus. I'm trying to help somebody today, because when you meet Jesus, I don't know what you're dealing with today, but when you meet Jesus, there's a woman with an issue of blood, but when you meet Jesus, there's a blind man by the name of Bartimaeus, but when you meet Jesus, there was somebody who walked for 13 years, but when you meet Jesus, they'll change your life. It starts with a relationship with God. And when you know God, it prepares you to work. How many know when you understand what God has given to you? Oh yes, y'all been in Sunday school. God gave it all up for us, that we might have life. How many know when you see what all God has done for you, the least that you can do is to give God your life. The least you can do is give God your service. The least you can do is give God your best years while you still got strength in your body. These women have been changed by God. They gave God their life. They found themselves faithful to God, committed to God. And despite of what everything was going on around, they gave God their worship. Number one, these women had been changed. Secondly today, not only were these women worshiping God because they had been changed, but secondly, the text says that they gave without recognition. Y'all talking to me today. They gave without recognition. Look at verse 2 through 3. It lists 3 women by name. Then it has a group of many women, but they are not identified what they gave or how much they gave. The Bible just says they gave to Jesus out of their substance. And sometimes I wonder in the church, can we really give God our service without recognition? This is true because you have to ask the question, who is it that you're worshiping? When our worship is directed in this way, guess what? We want somebody to... And when you don't call my name in church, when you don't recognize how much I gave, when you don't tell the church what it is that I place forward for the church, we get all out of place. But how many of us can give service to God even if it means without recognition? How many know that if you give to God in secret, God's got a way of rewarding you openly? Sometimes you do need to give in secret so that God can publicly exalt you. I stop by to tell you, sometimes when you give to God, you may not get it back how you gave it. But the song said you can't beat God's giving. The more that you try, the more he gives back to people. He just keeps on giving over and over and over and over again. But how many of us can give without recognition? Preacher. How many of us say, yeah, I want to give this to the church? I don't want nobody to know. Then when the first opportunity comes, well, I ain't trying to brag. But you know them 2-pack of hot dogs and the chili. I brought that. And at times as Christians we sound ridiculous, trying to take glory for ourselves. And all of that is vain glory. Because that glory goes from person to person. You start feeling good when you can say, I outgave somebody. But the question is, did you give God your best? I'm not worried if you gave or outgave somebody else. Did you give God the best that you could give him? That's the question. But some of us don't know how to give yet without recognition. Yes, these women didn't have to have their names down on the historical roll to say that they gave to Jesus and that they gave this much or that amount or gave this or that. They were just satisfied with being a part of the giving. I want to tell you, don't you miss out on the opportunity of being a part of God's work. Our sisters gave us a beautiful example today. We may be sleepy every now and then. You may not want to mess up your good hair, get your good suit dirty. And every now and then you may want to do what you want to do. But I want to tell you that the harvest is minimal. And somebody said, it's reaping time. It's time for us to go out and be about our Father's business. Because their giving was to God. Whenever you give to God, how many know there's a heavenly record?
Yes, sir. Preacher.
That although man may not, God is keeping roll in heaven.
Yes, sir.
I see you doing good. You helped that brother and sister yesterday. I saw you. You gave to that person and to that person. I saw you. Nobody knew about it but me and you, but I'm keeping a heavenly roll. And I want to tell you, when this life is over, God's got a crown. And when all of us that work while it's day.
Yes, sir.
They serve without recognition.
Yes,
Not only were they changed, not only was these women serving and giving without recognition, but finally, our text there in the B part of verse number 3 says they gave God all that they had. Don't say, where is that at? That's found there in the B part of verse number 3. They ministered unto him of their substance. That means the very thing that made them who they were.
That's good.
So if they had money, they gave money. If they had fine cloth and clothing and linen, they gave that. If they had the ability to make a loaf of bread and to fry 5 fish, that's what they did. If they had the ability just to wash dishes, just ask Mary. That's what they did. So whatever it was their substance. That's what they gave to God. Yes, for every one of us today, God is calling us to active service, that we will give him all that we have. Yes, this is not the day for us to sit down on God. It's not the day for us to join the church and just to sit back and do nothing. Now is not the time for us to come into the house of God and act like God owes us something by sitting down on God. But now is the time God is calling us to active service. Doesn't matter if you're teaching, if you're singing, if you're ushering, if you're cleaning, if you're cooking, if you're decorating. Doesn't matter if you're typing, whether you're counting the money, whether you work on the counter, whether you're answering the phone, whatever you can do for God, give God your best. Some of us say, I ain't got nothing to offer God. Well, you serve a God that is a God of abundance. He done so much for you. And you telling me you ain't got nothing to give to God? Somebody said, if I can't even say a word, I'll just wave. I'll just wave my hand. I may not be gifted as everybody else, but whatever God has given unto me, I'll give it back to God. They gave God all. They gave God all that they had. I got to get out of here. They of their substance, they gave to God. And here it is, when you get this understanding, you understand it all. The reason that they gave God their all
Talk, man. Talk.
was because God gave them his all. We know about a barter system. You exchange products for a price. If they're even in price, you can exchange a product for service or a service for a product. But whenever I weigh the scales of my life, of all that I deserve, and all that God gave to me, I'm always coming up lacking. Because day after day I fall short. This may not be your testimony, but day after day I've got some problems. But every day I get brand new grace. Brand new mercy. Day after day. God just keeps right on blessing me. And whenever I look back over my life, I realize He you don't owe God nothing. But if you understand all good gifts come from God, don't come into church with your mouth closed. Don't come into church with your arms folded. He's been too good to you. You will sit there like a frog on the line. God's been too good just for you to sit there and not say nothing. Open up your mouth and give God your best praise. These women serve God of their substance. Gave them everything that they had. Not only that, these women did it without recognition. They weren't trying to get a chief seat. They weren't trying to get their names on some type of roll. All they were doing was giving to God. And because God had changed their lives, they gave to God everything that they had. I want to say today, missionaries, God deserves our best praise. God deserves our best worship. Because when we look back over our lives, God spared no expense on saving a wretch like us. When we were sinking deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore, very deeply, shame within, seeking to rise no more, there was a master of the sea that heard our despair cry, and from the walls he lifted our shame. Love! How many know it was love? Love! When that love was love! Thank God for love! Love! Love that took them out. The time is wrong. Love! That stretched them wide and lifted them high. Love! That had them die on the cross. There ain't no way. But how many know the story? That love on Sunday morning. Love on Sunday morning. Love on Sunday
Amen. Let us stand and open the doors of the church. My.